People underestimate the value, the power of resilience.
There were definitely times where I was like, is this even working? Like 100%.
Doubt and self-doubt. Yeah.
But I just stayed consistent, even on the days I didn't feel like. But I was actually on seventh sky, I would say. And when I told them that I got 2 offers and one from like international company, they were so happy, like genuinely, like proud. And I didn't want to, stop halfway and waste all the, work.
But in reality, it's just alignment with the market.
I'm literally on seventh sky right now, getting 2 job offers again.
Congratulations, Bushra. Well done on securing a really amazing role in the SEO industry. How did it go? Any initial thoughts?
Okay, first off, thank you so much. I don't think I can like explain in words what I'm feeling right now. And like at the start, I was like excited, and then of course there were moments where I felt a bit overwhelming. Especially with all the applications, interviews, rejections, and just not knowing what's gonna happen. And but I think that's just a part of process. And the fact that I was consistent and I was very much hopeful. And of course, the support from you guys is I can't even explain the support that you guys gave me. It really helped me boost my confidence. And personally, from my side, it was a lot of learning, trial, errors, and just, kind of figuring out things, step to step. There were definitely times where I was like, is this even working? Like 100%.
Doubt and self-doubt. Yeah,
exactly. And like looking back now, everything was actually just building up to this right now where I'm standing. So yeah, it wasn't an easy way, but it was 100% worth it. And, in the end, and of course, without your help, I don't really think I would have been here where I am right now. I was quite hopeful, but then when I received both of them, like I think on 22nd, I received, and then on 24th, I received the other one. I think it was, digital marketing executive SEO role, but I was actually on seventh sky, I would say. I remember in almost late December and early January, we had like other interviews, like I think 4 to 5 interviews. And I was quite hopeful with that as well. I was like, maybe like I'm getting too many interviews at once and maybe I'm going to, land a role in there.
Yeah.
But then it wasn't, it didn't go as planned. I was quite I would say I was a bit disappointed as well. And then at that was the time when I came, the self-doubt came in place. But then I was like, no, I think time, make things better. And it did, 100% it did.
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. And on resilience, this is something that is really, really important. People underestimate the value, the power of resilience. But when you're not able to convert those roles, it's very easy for we're all human beings, to think, oh, there might be something wrong.
I actually didn't realize how important resilience was until I went through it myself. Like you can 100% be, doing everything right, but you'll still face rejections, delays, or just, silence. And that can really mess your head if you're not mentally prepared. So I think for me, it was like a mix of things. Like, firstly, I knew what I wanted. There were moments where I felt a bit discouraged, like after rejections or, when things would just, go quiet. But I think what kept me going was telling myself, okay, this is just temporary. It's not the end of the world. But I just stayed consistent, even on the days I didn't feel like, and I think that's what made the difference.
It's very easy to think there is something wrong with you, but in reality, it's just alignment with the market. I can guarantee that if today I went out in market with my CV and applied for 100 roles, I will not get 100 jobs. It doesn't work that way, right? So you apply to 10 roles, you get 2 interviews, for example, because you're dealing with people. And a lot of times I also discourage thinking it as a rejection, because there are people, you'll be rejecting someone in 2 years' time.
Sure.
If you are a really good human being, you would not be, or you should not be. But reality is, it's not really a rejection. It's just a matter of when someone came in, what you were looking for, what they had to offer, and what they were able to communicate. And if all is green lights, then it works. And if there are some gaps, and then also there is a competitive element. Sometimes you would appear in an interview and you would be the best among 3 people they are interviewing. And sometimes you will appear in an interview with the same talent, but for some reason, the pool this hiring manager has is probably a bit more senior. And then there's Christmas closure and there are holidays and vacations. So you're not really trying to fight against a robot that's always there, and you can change your strategy and apply again in 2 hours and it will work or not work. It's a very dynamic cycle of human interaction that ultimately converts into a role. So I think really, really inspiring on the resilience side, because I want to add one really important point is that if you are naturally talented, you get discouraged sooner and quicker because you are not used to failure. Right? If someone is coming from really, really baseline confidence level, they would know they have no other options, for example. Let's put it this way. So what they would do is they would try their best to stay in the game because they don't have many options outside what they are doing. But someone who is curious and confident and proactive, you are more vulnerable to getting distracted, to failing yourself and saying, it doesn't work, maybe I'll do something else. I think on that part, particularly, your resilience is slightly more valuable than a normal resilience, because when you would have felt discouraged or not very confident, the result would not, or the ideas in your mind would not have been like, oh, what do I do then? My life is end. It's more like, if this is not working, probably there are 3 other things I can explore in my life in terms of career, field, the country I am in, the industry I am in, etc., etc. Does that make sense? Does that resonate with you?
Yeah, 100%, of course. I mean, it does make sense. And as I mentioned earlier as well, that resilience is something, when I experienced it myself, like it actually made more sense to me. And honestly, at that time, when I started taking the program with you, I didn't even feel that strong about myself, like from the inside. I mean, even though I was very confident, but still there was something, like holding me back at one point. Like from the inside, I was just figuring things out and hoping I'm, doing the right things, because how the UK market is, and people around me, they would just say, like, at the end of the day, maybe you're going back to your country. No one would like kind of like.
So you had that. You had that love. Okay.
That is something I would believe, like, that's the worst part. Like, no one around me would say, keep trying, you'll do it, except for my parents, I would say. And then I just have this thing in me since day one that if I want it, I'm going to have it 100%.
I just wanted to ask you, what was your parents' reaction when you told them that you have got 2 offers now and one from an international company?
So my mom, like, when I told her, she had the like same reaction as I had. And she was like, hello, can you hear me? And I was like, yeah, okay, can you repeat that? And then the same reaction I got from my mom. She was like, wait, what are you saying? Wait, I think my internet is not working right now. Wait, are you saying that you got the job? And like, and I honestly, like, my parents have always pushed me, like, to do better, like, not in a bad way. And my father was like, I knew he would do it.
Why did you reach out for help? Because you are a confident person.
Okay, so why did I reach out again? Because there was no one around me who was, like, kind of encouraging me. And then I could see the UK market. And then I knew I had to, like, build a skill. Before reaching out to you, I was already following you, Karan, for like past year before reaching out to you. And I would see, the candidates, the success stories. I saw your website. I was like kind of exploring. And then I was actually quite, like hesitant in the start. And then I booked this one consultation round with you, first with you, Karan. And then I just like told about myself. I got to know more about you and your, like the edge up. So I think like from the outside, I might have looked like I had things figured out, but I honestly, I knew I was missing direction. I had the basics. I was confident. Yeah. I had the degree, but I didn't fully know how to, kind of translate that into actually, like landing the right job. So I was doing things, but it felt a bit over the place. I even thought of, like doing a placement year, but then it didn't work out, like applying randomly, knowing what exactly works, what doesn't. And then I saw your post one day about like, if you have like quite a few time, like, like quite a few years on your visa, in that case, we could only join. So that was something that really pushed me. And I was like, what if I missed this? Maybe this is an opportunity. I've been looking at their page like from almost a year. So that this is the time I should just, like jump in and ask them like, what's something that you guys are doing? And then what's something that I can take from you guys and then, actually enter the market. So I reached out to you because I wanted clarity, structure, and honestly, just someone, to guide me properly instead of just, guessing everything myself.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing everything. And what was your favorite part of coaching?
The favorite part was the clarity. I got throughout the process. Whatever you guys mentioned on your page, on your website, in my consultation call, it was exactly how you guys, planned and took me through the process. Like before, everything felt a bit confusing, random, but during the coaching, it actually started to, feel a bit more structured and intentional. So also the feedbacks, I would say that was a big one for me, because it wasn't just generic advice. It was actually coming from, the hiring managers, the coaches, the mentors, and which were very specific to me, which helped me improve so much. And I think overall, just, having support system is just something that kept me going on.
What is your advice to someone who is thinking about joining this coaching?
Okay, like don't walk, run to this coaching program. Don't miss the chance. Just go all in. Honestly, like I would say, if you're even thinking about it, just go for it. Because I was the one who was hesitant as well at the point, but then I went for it, and now, like, I have 2 offers. Wow. But also, like, don't come in with the mindset that it's gonna, like magically do everything for you.
Yeah.
That's the important part, because you still have to put in the work. The coaching gives you the directions, the strategy, the support, but you have to be the one who's actually going to execute those things. So if you're ready to be consistent, take feedback, constructive criticism properly, and, step a bit out of your comfort zone, so then 100% this is worth it.
The reality is that the benefit of this alignment will continue to come in your career. You will see the foundation that you have set as a person for yourself before coming into this mentorship, which was the confidence, clarity, and curiosity. That combined with what you have learned now over the past 8-10 months, almost 1 year, this will help you in the long run in thriving in the role you are going into. My personal assessment is that your career trajectory will be quite dramatic. I hope you stay in control and aligned and keep doing the right things. But for you where you are now, and from your starting point getting into the industry, I do expect and hope that you won't have a 20 years slow trajectory of growth. It's more like 3-4 years big moves. So I really hope and pray that it happens. I see that potential in you with everything that I've seen and understood working with you. So yeah, wish you best of luck. And it's also a disclaimer and a warning to say that the potential is there. If you don't exploit it, it would be your fault.
Yep, 100%. I totally agree with that. I feel like, I do agree with you. Like getting the offer was obviously one big milestone, but it's not just about, one moment. Again, like as you said, it's more about everything that I've learned during the process, like how to approach things, how to, kind of position myself, how to stay consistent. So I'll definitely try my best to stay consistent, keep the same mindset going forward. I think that's something I've really learned through this whole process, just staying, kind of staying aligned and doing the right things. So yeah. And yeah, hearing that is honestly really motivating as well. Like it does make me feel like even more excited to just, go all in and make the most of this opportunity. Thank you so much, Karan. Thank you so much, Z. It was great journey. The whole process, you guys made it so smooth. And again, I can't thank you guys enough. I'm literally on 7th sky right now, getting 2 job offers, getting into an international company. And then my parents are so happy and then so proud of me, which is great. And I believe you guys, again, I'm going to say that again and again, without you guys, it wouldn't have been possible. Thank you so much. Perfect.
Thank you. Thank you, Bushra. Thank you for your time.